Hello. Okay. Alright, we're gonna do a reading. I'm gonna start with this astrological oracle deck. I don't use it very often at all, but yeah, it's gorgeous. You can see how thin it is. Okay. Shuffles for a while. This one. I just did a reading. Libra and Taurus, both Venusian. I just did a reading on TikTok, same username everywhere, and seeing Sagittarius. Man, I wish I could just show the cards. They're beautiful. But anyway, I just did a reading on TikTok, and I don't do sign readings. I love astrology, but I'm still a student of that too, including the sign archetypes. I don't know all of them. But I'm pulling these, not really, it doesn't matter if you have these signs. Mars. It doesn't matter if you have any of the signs that pop up. It's more about the archetypal things. Taurus. Another one. Okay. Jupiter. So we've got Sagittarius, which is a very open and expansive energy. Very adventurous, very free philosophy. Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, I'm pretty sure. Then we've got Mars. Remember how when I cut the deck we saw both Taurus and Libra together? They're both Venus ruled. But we've got Mars here, which is the opposite of Venus. It's the counterpart to Venus. We have Taurus, which is a very comforted, like a comfort-loving archetype. Comfort, pleasure, luxury, joy. That's what Taurus loves. That's what Taurus enjoys. Sagittarius, although it's technically ruled by Jupiter, I'm pretty sure, in comparison to Taurus, very much more active, very adventurous, very explorative, ready to leave the comfort zone, but really doing risky things is in the comfort zone of Sagittarius. It's so adventurous and free-spirited. Mars energy is active, fairly active. In its shadow, it's very argumentative and sometimes violent, though I'm not seeing that here. What I'm seeing here is energy, like just two separate types of energy. I'm seeing a type of energy that's all about getting out, doing things, moving fast, being active, going now. And then I'm seeing an energy that's all about comfort, joy, pleasures. It wants expansion, but really it wants the luxury side of it. Okay, so that's just a read. I don't really know what that's about right now. Let's do the Seashell Oracle next. Love this deck. my nails are brown. They look black right now, but I do have brown nails. I actually painted them with intention. With color magic, with color theory. Don't know what that noise was. Both the top coat is brown, but there's a bottom layer. There's a separate color on the bottom layer of each hand. One hand is green and the other is like this orangish yellow. We've got Surfer, excitement, passion, skill. That whole like painting my nails with intention, using a subtle, a subtle witchy thing that nobody else would know about unless I told them. You can't see it, right? All you see is the brown. But I know it's there. I put it there with intention. So that might be significant for some reason. Maybe you have a little thing that you like to do where it's just your little secret, but it's like a tiny spell to help you along, or a little psychological trick that you do for yourself. We've got Plankton again, which I already saw. Multitudes, invisibility, and collective. Tide, flow, change, and presence. Let me look up what Plankton is, because I didn't look up any of these cards, really. These are kind of color-coded. And gray. I know this part is probably daunting to you. Okay, plankton. Every night, so many microscopic zooplankton swim up from the deep to feed near the surface that their migration can be observed from space. The individual may be invisible, but the collective is impactful. Plankton. Sea people. Watching the currents in the breaks with an eye... Watching the currents in the breaks with an eye on the weather, the surfer learns to ride wildness to glory. Know when to seize the wave and when to let it wash over you. Keeping an eye on the weather. Knowing when to ride the wave and when to let it wash over you. Which kind of flows into the Tide card, which is literally flow, change, and presence. I think whoever is watching this, you are definitely the surfer. Both of these energies that I explained earlier, one being go-getter, moving right now, active. The other enjoying comfort and pleasure, luxury, receptive. Work and play, and then play and play. You are the surfer. You hold both of, you are capable of having both of those energies. You have to know when to use which one. There's something about the plankton card here that I'm picking up on, but I can't figure out what it is. There's a message there for you that I can't quite grasp. Let's see, let's move on to tarot. Let me cut this deck. You can't really see the image, can you? Alright, what is this Plankton card about? The Emperor, the Seven of Swords, the Ten of Swords, Temperance in reverse, Two of Wands, and Three of Pentacles reversed. Somebody's not exactly feeling chipper. The Seven of Swords could be a deceptive card, but it can also be a card about, what's the word I'm looking for? Not planning exactly, but it's more like strategy, a strategic card. The Emperor, somebody who is an assertive leader, but that doesn't immediately mean that they are a good leader. Maybe you're trying to implement a strategy so that you can be in control with something. Perhaps you're searching for control. You're attempting to keep control over something. I think this is to your detriment, though. Ten of Swords. Plankton. Multitudes, invisibility, collective. This Plankton card said that individually, each plankton alone, you can't even see it with the human eye. But when they all come up to the surface together, it is such a great big mass that you can see it from outer space. Millions and millions of tiny little organisms that you couldn't even see alone. When they're all grouped together collectively, it's hard to ignore. I think you're trying to take charge in something that isn't meant for you individually to take charge in. I think you're implementing a strategy of trying to implement a strategy of assertiveness or control, but that's not the strategy we need right now. Temperance in reverse. The Two of Wands is about future planning. It's about kind of not seeing how something plays out, but hold on, I have to look it up because there's words that I need that I don't have. I'll be right back. I'm back. Planning, implementing future goals, but there's a lack of, you're not implementing the patience or wisdom needed. You're trying to take control of something and it's going to lead to a harsh ending. It's going to lead, to some hurt feelings. We need to regain balance here with Temperance in reverse. You're gripping onto the future you want a little too tightly. It's getting in the way. Three of Pentacles is about teamwork. This is teamwork falling apart. It's getting in the way here. These two are going hand in hand. Plankton, when they all come together, it's a force that is hard to ignore. You are the surfer in this reading. It's your job to discern when to act and when to allow. And right now, it's time to allow. Let's do this one next. Greenwich Oracle. I feel, is your chest tightening as I'm saying these things? That's a normal reaction. Try not to push that down. You might want to even click off the video. If you want to, that's okay. Doesn't mean it'll make you feel better though. Pushing it away. Sickle. Focus, regrowth, and letting go. See the sun peeking out here? Alright. Salt. Protection, banishing negativity. Banishing negativity. Perhaps you're thinking, well, I already did the thing. It's kind of already done. Fruit, achievement, success. I don't think perhaps you have already done the thing. Perhaps you have already implemented this imbalance to another person or what have you. I don't think you're at a point of no return here, though. What happens when we do or say something that isn't charming and we've already messed up? We don't die. We keep living. So, if you're thinking that right now, well, I've already messed up. It's already over. It's not already over. We're still here. I would have to be seeing a few different cards for me to be getting that message. It's already over. With Sickle, focus your energy inwards and try to reconcile what damage may have been done, but don't try to do it in a very, I don't want to say distant, reconcile it in the kind of way of like, for example, you know, like when a kid goes to their parents, maybe to just tell them a story, but then the parents start always turning it into a lesson, or just it's always just like, you know, these types of reactions that over time make the kid like stop telling them anything. The best way to remedy that for the parent would be for you to gently ask, allow them to say what they are comfortable saying, and when they do, just being like, okay, cool. Even if they have the urge to start jumping into giving advice or jumping into some moralistic story, letting that go and just choosing to just listen and be like, oh wow, cool. It's that kind of stepping back while being present still. That's the way that you would have to reconcile this energy. Salt is cleansing and protective, but it can also be a bit harsh too. It kind of kicks out that negativity, but in a natural sense, it's one of the harsher substances that you can use. I think the energy of salt might be needed internally with this Emperor energy, this Emperor and Seven of Swords energy. You trying to implement a way of controlling a situation or involvement in a situation that doesn't ask for or require your control or involvement. That's what the salt is needed for. You need a stronger cleanser for a stickier habit. You know what I mean? So use the salt inwards and use the method of the sickle outwards. Cleansing and banishing heavy, unnecessary energy within you, but allowing and flowing and stepping back with all of the energy outside of you. Fruit, achievement, and success. I see you doing these things. I see you receiving this message and doing it. Okay? Like I said, it's not all over. I would be seeing very different cards if it were. We just need to rebalance here, that's all. Altar, gratitude and releasing burdens. That was on the bottom of my oracle deck over there. Gratitude. Who is it that you're trying to control, and what qualities are you actually thankful for about them? Perhaps the qualities that you are trying to have control over are things that you should consider being thankful for. Glad that that's how it is unfolding right now, for whatever reason. Or what is it? I'm not seeing anything that specifically states this is a relationship or anything. But regardless, it's a person or a situation. Sorry, my window's open. It's a person or a situation. And there are qualities to that person or situation that you could actually be appreciative of. Let's see any advice you have from the Ask Your Guides Oracle deck. We've got number 13, change. I feel a card in here, but I don't usually pull it. No, I don't think that's it. Boredom. Overthinking could be important. I feel that I need to pull something, but I don't know what it is. Something's tugging on me. Invention. number 17. Is that the star in tarot, number 17? I might be wrong about that. Goals. Number 25. I think I need to pull from this deck. What is it that you're trying to tell me? What is it that you're trying to share with this person, Spirit? Pearl. Ah, yeah, I think this is it. Luck, patience, and refinement. I just felt something tugging on me in my noggin. Luck, patience, and refinement. Patience and refinement. Yeah. Change, invention, and goals. Adaptation, adjustment, transformation, challenge. Sorry. Yeah. Alright. Sometimes life gives you lemons, but not to worry. Your helper guides are on hand, assisting you in transforming your lemons into lemonade. No matter who you are or what circumstances you've inherited, life is always a blend of both the positive and the negative. Your helper guides urge you to be grateful for the positives of your life and to be creative and inventive with the negatives. They are on hand to help you transform any adverse or challenging situation into one for the better. So rather than dwell on your lousy circumstances, get your innovative juices flowing and change the undesirable or adversarial situation into a more satisfying one. Yeah, that's basically what I was saying with there's a quality that you were trying to control, but you can flip it and see how it's actually something to be thankful for. I think that's what these change and invention cards are all about here. Goals. I'm seeing the goals card and the pearl card together in a sense of, in order to achieve this goal of so like I said earlier, you felt like you already messed up, or and perhaps you were getting that tight feeling in your chest as I was explaining that you're gripping too hard or you're trying to control something. I can feel the desire to want to fix that. I can also feel like kind of like, just like, like head down, like you're being, what's that word? I'm so bad with my own language. Chastise or something. I'm not chastising you though. Just giving you the reading. But I can feel that you want to fix what you've done, and you recognize it, and it doesn't feel good, and you're like, man, it feels gross, I don't like it. That's okay. In order to achieve the goal of fixing any potential harm or damage that's been done, you just need to refine your methods. We just need to refine our methods here and have patience with them. Again, it's like that parent and kid analogy. After a kid has determined that they can't talk to their parents about something, if the parent realizes and then starts taking steps to chill and step back and just learn to listen and enjoy hearing about their day, it's not an automatic process for the kid to just be like, oh, they're listening, and they're not jumping into, a story or a lesson. It can be acknowledged, But it's going to take time, and the only thing you need to do is sit and wait. Sit, wait, and know that inside you truly do want to work together. You truly do want teamwork. I don't think you have the desire to actually dominate any person or situation here. If you did, I wouldn't be feeling so chastised or guilty, and you wouldn't either if you are feeling it. But you will get the fruits of those labors, okay? I don't think it's going to take an exceptionally long time either. I think it's just a course correction. Whoa, I said that before, course correction. Not in this reading, in a different one, but I digress. That is your reading. I hope it helped. Yeah. Okay, good luck. Bye.